Well, good morning, folks. It is Thursday, and let's see what we have here. You know, they say dress to impress. Well, it's true with our touring facilities, and we think they could benefit from a bit of a makeover. In the Paddock looks at everything, and we think we could raise the team's profile somewhat by investing in some more sophisticated-looking facilities. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's episode 69. Absolutely. Nice. But it is Thursday, you know what that means. Welcome along to episode number 69 of our F1 23 by T Grimo with Team Chaseliner, and it is time for the Brazilian Grand Prix, final sprint weekend of the season. Next week, 3 videos for you, which will be the end of season 3. If you like the content you see and you're one of the 31.6% of people not subscribed to the channel, do consider hitting that subscribe button. Also consider hitting that like button as well. Both go a long way to helping out YouTube and saying, this guy's pretty decent. Everything has been saved for the R&D reset. I was expecting more, but we thankfully only got aero and chassis, so we got lucky there. Considering, you remember at the start of the year with Bahrain we lost an MGUH? We've made this engine last long. There you can see Jackie is season 3 champion ahead of Sergio Perez, Callie P3. Then George Russell, Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Lewis Hamilton, Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris, your top 10. And still, 2 drivers have yet to get off the mark. And those 2 drivers should be Alex Albon and Kevin Magnussen, the Thai Brit driver and the Great Dane. What a season. What a season. 2 DNFs, 3 DNFs, if you count Japan, and still wins the championship. She could have had this wrapped up a long time ago. Maybe even at Japan. You never ever know. There's a confirmation. Albon and Magnussen still yet to get off the mark. Anyway, practiced and qualified around Interlagos, and we'll see you on the other side of this for the sprint race around that very circuit. Let's get it.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. The governess lines up on pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Gasly, Norris, Russell, Hamilton, Ocon, Mayer, Sainz, Verstappen, Albon, Stroll, Tsunoda, Oscar Piastri, Liam Lawson, Magnussen, Joe, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Sargent, and Nick de Vries. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out.
Alright, sprint weekend, so pole position for the sprint now. There isn't much difference between the medium and the soft, except for about probably a second. Maybe closer to a second and a half, but we'll still go on the softs for the 6-lap sprint, and hopefully come away with pole position for the main race. We might win the Constructors this race, but that's probably more likely for Portugal. Alright then, time to get the sprint underway here at Brazil. Not been a particularly happy hunting ground for Jackie as Brazil, but hopefully there is a chance that we may be able to win the Constructors title from her, and she's disappeared off into the distance. She might want to consider slowing this car down, you know, because the rest of them have not even got into Descida de Largo yet. They really haven't got into the
No
Descida
rain
de Largo.
expected, no rain expected for the
Here
time
they
being.
come. She's slowing her up. She's making sure that she's got nice and grippy tyres when it comes to the start of the race. I've got a feeling these softs will be fine, but it's going to be awfully close. It's going to be awfully close. Mind you, it is a sprint, so whatever. Oh, there you go. Give it the big power slide out of the Bica de Plateau through Monero, the dive, as they call it, and then into Junchao, the junction. The dive into the junction and then straight up the hill. That's it. Warm these tyres nicely up the hill. Which is awesome. This track actually does give me PTSD to the Super Championship race I had, because it was an awful race, and I mean an awful race. But hopefully, now that we got that out to the system, I think is it the last weekend? Yes, it's the last weekend of Super Championship this weekend. Join us for the season finale at Le Mans,
Superb
where
parking
hopefully
there. Let's make sure we get the edge on
I
the
get
surrounding
P3 of the
drivers as
championship. We'll
lights go out.
see. If not, P4 is an absolutely
Okay, so
fantastic
rest of the grid forming up now.
achievement
Be
this
patient.
this
Watch
season,
those
but it's going to be a
lights.
lot harder next season. As we go to the 5 red lights here at Interlagos for the sprint race, and lights are out and away we go. Great start. Oh my God! Did you see Perez? He just like yeah, hit the reverse button. Perez has slipped all the way down to P10. That is painful. That is painful. What an awful start that was for Sergio Perez. And he's going to have a lot to do to try and make that up for the rest of the Grand Prix. As we head through Descida de Largo and up to Ferradura for the first time. Watch this car through Ferradura. It just feels so good to go through that corner, and now into the Bica de Plateau. The Duck's Bill, as they like to call it. That little kink just before the hairpin is really, really tricky. I mean, really, really tricky. And now through the Monero corner down to the junction. And then from the junction, it's straight flat all the way up the hill to the Center S. And I need to do that and figure out what on earth was going on there. But you can see she has a bit of a gap on that Ferrari, or that Ferrari is starting to catch her at a rapid rate of knots as she goes into the Center S for the first time. And now we're going to go back through the field and look at some of the action going on here. This is Max Verstappen coming up the hill to right under the rear wing of Yuki Tsunoda in the sister Alfa. Whoa! Verstappen wanted to go outside. He's been forced to go inside by Tsunoda. Make that one work there as we look at Lawson Order at the back of the field. Let's have a look at Lawson Order putting this move on Alexander Albon. Yeah, a lot of you, we've only just put up the Belgian Grand Prix, and a lot of you were liking Lawson Order. Dum-dum. And that's what we'll call him in the future, Lawson Order. And he's going to go around the outside of Alex Albon and take P14 for his own. Will Hollywood Land Stroll look to get past Tsunoda now after Verstappen? Look at that view over the steering wheel. Now you see him through the halo, and any moment it'll be a case of now you don't see him, and move Hollywood Land Stroll into P12 ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. And now after he got passed by Lawson Order, here comes the Aussie boy Piastri, and he's just breezed past Albon like Albon was standing still. I mean, that as these moves go by, here comes Albon. Albon back through Descida de Largo up to Ferradura. Side by side, the Williams and the McLaren. This is like days of old, and what a move that was for Albon to get that move back. Meanwhile, up to Lawson Order. Dum-dum. He's looking at Yuki Tsunoda, trying to get past Tsunoda as they head up to the Center S. Round the outside, going to go, and I think Aussie boy Piastri's are going to have Albon up into Center S as well. Round the outside, that beautiful chrome green Aston Martin. The chrome British racing green Aston Martin, I should say. But it's still not done. Albon Piastri did get past Albon. Hopefully we'll see that in a second as Lawson Order goes past Yuki Tsunoda through to Interlagos, and that's another position made up for him. Here we go, we have a look at Aussie with the Australian flag adorning his helmet as we looked over it. And I apologise for sneezing there. It happens sometimes. Not all the time, but definitely some of the time. And round the outside went Aussie boy Piastri, and now he's going to advance on Yuki Tsunoda, who seems to be going backwards, but backwards very quickly, heading up the hill. Over the start-finish line, start number 4, and it's going to be another move into the centre S. That move was done before the centre S even came into view. Wow. Oh, got a bit loose there, did Piastri, and Tsunoda has come back through. He's like, excuse me, I'll have that position back, so let's reset and have another go, says Aussie boy Piastri. Almost free wide with Alex Albon getting involved. They head into Interlagos, and thank you very much, he'll take that position back. Meanwhile, this has been brewing for a while. Remember last year's race when Leclerc had a go at her, but now it seems to be that she's I think it's happened again. I think it's happened again. He's had his wing chopped off. Let's have a look at the front of that car. I can't really tell. I cannot tell. We need to have a look at. Let's have a look here. He's lost his end plate. That is it unbelievable that it's happened 2 races in a row at Brazil. Unbelievable. Here comes Perez, though, after his atrocious start. He's finally going to make a move, and it's going to be past Esteban Ocon into Interlagos. And up now to Ferradura, side by side, the Red Bull and the Alpine. You are not going to get past that car momentarily, but now Jackie's disappeared off into the distance. Leclerc now pits for another there. He just can't get a break here. As who we got going here? We got Gasly and Norris for P2, with George Russell watching this all unfold behind him, and I think Norris has disappeared off, but now because he's got DRS out. The Alpine's not. We'll have a look at Lewis Hamilton as he's going to go around the outside of Interlagos is George Russell. And thank you very much, says that man. We will be seeing you. It's P4 for that man. On board the Thai Brit driver, Alexander Albon, looking at the back of Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda just seems to have been going backwards this race, and backwards very quickly. And Albon's going to put the move on him into the Interlagos, and thank you very much, we'll be seeing you there. Goodbye, God bless, says that man. But up at the front of the field, a 1.5 second lead. I reckon that's plenty enough up the hill. All you got to do is stab the battery and make sure that Lando doesn't get anywhere even close to her, which he shouldn't, but you know what that McLaren's like in a straight line. It's very, very slippery. Over the line, victory in the sprint.
Thank you so much, team. On the pit wall.
But as we saw last year, victory in the sprint doesn't mean that she's going to get victory anywhere else.
Top job, mate. Top job. Yes, I was a bit worried about this one.
That will be a P1. Thank you very much. P1.
Well done.
Driver of the day, one Lando Norris. Yeah, all right, we'll aim at that one.
The Governess increases their championship lead. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye.
Yeah, all right there, goodbye there, sir. So Jackie wins the sprint ahead of Lando, George Russell, Pierre Gasly, Lewis Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, Callie P7. So that's 10 valuable points for us. Very, very valuable points, and considering Red Bull only got 1 point, I think we might be looking at something very strong here for the main race. The constructors' title is literally on the brink, shall we say?
Formula One returns to Interlagos once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his third championship here in 2012, and just 4 years later, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. We're racing today then at Interlagos, a historic 2.7-mile circuit and one of the few anti-clockwise tracks on the calendar. 15 corners in total, 9 to the left and 6 to the right, with a technical middle section opening up to a flat-out Sector 3. That gives us our best passing opportunity down into Turn 1. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. The governess lines up on pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Hamilton, Sainz, Mayer, Perez, Ocon, Verstappen, Stroll, Liam Lawson, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Albon, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Joe, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Sargent, De Vries, and Charles Leclerc completes today's grid order. And now it's time to head down to the track. It's just about time to go down to the track for the beginning of the race, but before we do, Anthony Davidson, what types of strategy do you think we can expect for today's event?
Well, there's a lot that both the driver and the team have to keep in mind when going into a race. The tyres, fuel, energy recovery systems, the list goes on and on. But I think the key to today's victory will come down to the pit stop strategy. Come in too soon and you might find yourself needing more than one stop. Too late and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by spending longer on worn tyres.
So yeah, pole. Winning the sprint race means pole for the main race. Now, I'm wondering, because the softs did last, can we get the softs to last even longer? I'm wondering if we can change this hard to a soft at the end. Oh, we could. Oh, we could. Well, that's interesting to know. I think we're going to try that then. I think we're going to try that, seeing as how the softs did last the entire sprint race. Might be good for later in this one. Right then. Now this is the one. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the one. And hopefully it's going to be the one that leads to victory. You will hear a noise in the background. That'll be my video for the Qatar Grand Prix finishing saving that we got done earlier this week. She's done the same thing again. She's disappeared off into the distance, and now is just pushing on. Got a feeling this is going to be. Let me just stand up for a second. Ugh! Need to stand up and stretch my back out of my knees. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Stretch the old back, stretch the old knees.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good.
There we go. Sorted. Ha! As Donna Noble. Who remembers Doctor Who? Donna Noble. Who remembers Donna? Donna. Might get some more content recorded this afternoon. Might not. See how I feel. See how I feel. See how I feel. If nothing can stop me, no evil man will. Anyway, perfect pull-up.
Okay, incredible parking there, nice one.
And
that's
now comes the Brazilian Grand Prix. Or the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, I should call it. It's not the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, it's the Brazilian Grand Prix. Why they call it that, I have no godly clue, I have no godly idea. But here we go then, folks, to the 5 red lights here at the Brazilian Grand Prix in Interlagos, Sao Paulo. Lights are out and away we go. Better start this time for the guy in second place. I don't know what happened there. The Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton just didn't get away either. which which surprises me a lot because this track is beautiful. And Callie in P5 hold it down nicely as well as we head down the straight to Interlagos for the first time out of 18. And Lando Norris, Cheeky Lando, as he likes to be known, he's all over the back of that Chaseliner. And we mean all over the back of it. He comes anywhere close and it's going to be game over for him. There's a promise. And there's a promise that I have a feeling she is going to keep. Because you know what this girl's like. She's going to keep any old promise that happens out there. But through the Bica de Plateau, we've now coming now down the Mineiro corner, headed to Junção. Yeah, I can speak a bit of Portuguese as well. Mind you, when all the corner names are in Portuguese, then you've got no problem. Well, I say all the corner names are in Portuguese. They're not. There's one corner that's not, and that's this corner coming up the legendary Senna S, named after the great Ayrton Senna. It's a lovely switching corner as you go down the hill, down the dive, and then keep it going through the Curva del Sol. You got the Perez and Stroll side by side there through Curva del Sol as we go back to Charles Leclerc. Now he's going to be on a bit of a recovery drive today. He started last after finishing last in the sprint. Almost got tagged there by Nico Hülkenberg going up the hill. Saw Hülkenberg make a violent lurch to the right there for the moment. But Leclerc's going to get that done and move him into P20 as we go back to Hollywoodland Stroll, see what's going on in his life. Looking back from Perez at Hollywoodland Stroll as Stroll's now under attack from Max Verstappen, headed into Interlagos. And that is Verstappen up a place. These Red Bulls have got to go because the Constructors' title will be won today if at least one of the Chaseliners finishes ahead of them. And we all know which one that's likely to be at the end of this as we go down to Interlagos. We've got Valtteri Bottas side by side with Kevin Magnussen, the Great Dane. And round the outside goes Bottas into P15 now onto the start of lap number 3. DRS not quite enabled yet as Carlos Sainz is all over the back of Esteban Ocon. And in front of Esteban Ocon is Callie Meyer in the Chaseliner, who I think will be staying around next season. See if we can get a championship with Callie. Oh, Callie, California, Miami. That's how the song should go. Ocon looking to get past Sainz as Sainz is defending nicely into Interlagos. We look back at Alexander Albon, who's looking at Valtteri Bottas, and Bottas is on a charge here. Now, we mean he's on a charge. I think he's got past there. He has got past into Interlagos. And thank you very much. Give him P14 for his efforts there. But now back down to Charles Leclerc. See how Charles doing in his pursuit of trying to get back into the points as well. Side by side with, who's that? That's Guan Yu Zhou. This should be a slam dunk. Remember who gives Alfa Romeo their engines in this career mode? It's Ferrari, folks. Remember that. So it's a bit, I'm not saying that looked a bit easy, but that looked a bit easy. Meanwhile, Jackie's keeping Norris at bay very nicely with out the DRS helping him out as we go up the hill to the Senna S. It looks like Perez is now going to get past Ocon. Ocon's going backwards. Haven't heard any reports of a problem for Ocon on the radios. Must just be a setup thing or a tyre thing. But one Red Bull passed him. And now I think the other Red Bull is going to join him, is he? Yes, he is. I thought he was going to look around the outside of Interlagos, but not quite working out to go back to Charles Leclerc. He seems to be passing the car a lap, and if that keeps happening, he's going to be up into the podium for the end of the Grand Prix. That is something you definitely don't want to see. As we got Leclerc now up into P80 as we go to Jackie and Lando. Lando looking the inside of Ferratura. Oh, well, there goes a wing. And there goes a car. Oh, no, that's Gasly out, and Gasly's going to be spitting feathers. Oh, that's got to be safety car. That's got to be red flag, surely, because that's right on the outside of Ferratura, 150 mile an hour corner. Well, no, 130 I think is more accurate, but see how that went for him. So Lando went for the move at Interlagos, then got an absolute almighty run up the hill to Ferradura. Went for a gap that didn't exist, and, well, why hasn't he got a penalty for that? is my question. I'm bored with Gasly. You can see it all unfold here. So I think Lando went for a gap here that just didn't exist. That she was always going to turn in on that apex. And wow, that Alpine just exploded. And I mean just exploded as we now look. And oh dear. Oh dear. There's guys making pit stops. Oh no. Oh, that's disaster for Callie. Oh, Callie. Oh, we are so sorry, Callie. So sorry. Ugh. To the restart then. To the restart. So Norris has somehow found himself in P11. How? And oh my god, now everyone else is going in. Oh, this is going from bad to worse here. Why does this game intend? So who's leading this? Ocon's, Esteban Ocon's going to be leading this Grand Prix. I don't think he will be somehow. I've got a feeling that Max Verstappen's about to put the old kibosh on him. Because Ocon's been, although if Ocon could do as a favour and just hold him up for about 2 laps, that would be absolutely fantastic. We've got Leclerc side by side with Alex Albon here. Kevin Magnussen's in the points, folks. Kevin Magnussen is in the points. He could score a point here if he carries this on. It's very doubtful, but it's certainly possible that it could happen. Jackie's just disappeared off into the distance. She's already 3 seconds ahead of the Frenchman in the French car. The only Alpine in the race now, I should say, because remember, Gasly, we've lost Gasly thanks to his car just imploding on the back of Lando Norris, which really shouldn't have happened, but I've got a feeling the writing might be on the wall here as we go up the hill to the ZRS and Max Verstappen. No love lost between Ocon and Verstappen, we should point out. There's been some afters here at... Let's have a look at that a second. Is that on the... Yes, that is on the number I think it is. There's the Qatar video finishing off nicely as we look at Valtteri Bottas and Charles Leclerc going at it for P7. And I mean going at it for P7. Now I can't do anything more after that. And looks like Magnussen's lost out a position there to Hollywood Lance Stroll as the Ocon train is... in effect, and I think Lando is going to get past Ocon here and look to get after Verstappen. I think Jackie's got to take stock here. The writing's on the wall for her, unfortunately. And that writing does involve that she's not going to win this race, so it's all about now getting the best possible finish for her. They're almost 4 wide into Descida del Lago. That's absolutely crazy. I didn't even realise you can get 4 cars wide down there. But obviously, wow, we also have 4 different constructors and 4 different engines in there as well. So here comes Jackie onto lap number 9 to start lap number 10. Oh, really attacks that pit lane. I love that. So Verstappen takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Lando, there goes Lando. Lando's past Ocon. Although Ocon was already 3rd, wasn't he? So where's she going to come out? If she can come out in front of Lawson Order, dum-dum, she might be on for a charge. And I mean an almighty charge. Yeah, she's going to come out way in front of Lawson Order, I think. He's not even come through the ZRS, has he? No, they're right there. There's the queue with Lawson Order in, and Carlos Sainz is in that queue. So where is she? There he is. There he is, right. Let's get these tyres warmed up and let's disappear off into the distance. The points are pretty far ahead, so we need to get going and get cooking. Where is Jackie? Although this was happened during the pit stop, didn't it? I was wondering where she was there, but it looks like Hollywood Lance Stroll's about to get past Alexander Albon. Magnussen has been dropped to the tune of... well, no, he's still hanging around there, isn't he? He's still hanging around. If Albon held him up enough, he might be able to sneak a point. But Stroll down the inside of Alex Albon into Desida de Largo. Easy move, easy as you like. Move that man up a position, and now we can go and look at Lawson Order. Dum-dum! He's looking at, we'll see how he got passed by Carlos Sainz while Jackie was in the lane. Well, I say she was in the lane. He came past, and he came past with the greatest of ease. That was all rather easy. Now back to live action. Wow, Hamilton was going for a gap, and then the gap didn't exist, and now the gap does exist. Flying up the hill to the corner named after his hero, Ayrton Senna. And well, Ocon's still there on the inside. You got the who's that? That's Perez. I was wondering who that was there. It's Sergio Perez. Now let's see what happens. Is that Ocon got DRS, or is Hamilton just stalled? Yes, Ocon's got the DRS back. He's going to have a look at Hamilton down the inside into Desida de Largo. Tell you what, I didn't expect that Alpine to get back past him, but he's going to get him. Still side by side between Ocon and Hamilton up to Ferradura. And I think Hamilton finally is going to get the job done and slam that door firmly in someone's face. As I think Perez was looking for the same move there on Ocon on the next lap here as they head up the hill on board with Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc, who started last, ladies and gentlemen, he's found himself in P6 and told you don't rule him out for that podium, because the podium is literally on the other side of Sergio Perez there with Lewis Hamilton. And I mean that. Do not rule this guy out. Ocon looking back at Charles Leclerc. He's looking back at Leclerc. We should be looking forward at Perez, but I think it's going to be writing on the wall time for him, because I think Leclerc will get up into P5. Momentarily, as Yuki Tsunoda is about to break Kevin Magnussen's heart here with a pass for... Oh, I thought he was. Well, he is. He is up the inside of the ZRS, and that is... You can hear Denmark hearts broken at the sound of Yuki Tsunoda putting the move on Kevin Magnussen through Desida de Largo. Sorry, the Curva del Sol. And now on the way down to Desida de Largo. Kevin Magnussen wants that point back. I think they're 3 wide almost into Desida de Largo. And Nico Hulkenberg, I think, is going to nick that point off him now. On board with Charles Leclerc onto lap number 13. And Charles Leclerc back into the... Almost off the track, being pushed by Ocon as they head up the hill to the ZRS. That was a bit naughty on Ocon's part. He might have to have a word with himself with that one. Where's Stroll in all this? He's somewhere back there. Speaking of Stroll, here comes George Russell on the... What is George Russell doing back there? What is George Russell doing back there, folks? He's passing Lawson Order. Dum-dum! And round the outside of Desida de Largo, he goes now. This is someone we want to watch, because she has been absolutely hauling these three and see her up the inside of Beaker to Plateau. Thank you very much. Now keep on him through the Monero. Tell you what, I think you're about to see a pass it. Oh, I thought that was going to be up the rear end of Yuki Tsunoda then. Jesus Christ. She got that close to Tsunoda. She'd be able to tell the name of the Japanese guy that put the gearbox in that car. Surely. We're not going to see a big dive bomb into the ZRS, are we? You bet we are going to see a... Jeez. I mean, she's got to take it easy. She's going to get caught out if she's not careful. Will she now go for Nico Hulkenberg, make it a triple? Oh, it's going to be a dirty, dirty triple, surely. How about round the outside of Desida de Largo? You nutter! And I've watched The Goose on Tico Zotta's channel. Go subscribe to Tico Zotta for Flocking Geese F1 My Team Career Mode. That's flocking YouTube, not what you thought I said. And all round just general chaos as he attempts to assassinate George Russell every race. Speaking of George Russell, we're looking at Nick De Vries and Logan Sargent. Perfect segue, folks! Yay! Everyone loves a segue. No, they don't really. I mean that you don't love that's not the perfect segue. Don't ignore that, okay? Ignore it. I told you to ignore it. Now looking at Hollywood Land Stroll, looking at the back of Esteban Ocon. Charles Leclerc is trying to catch Perez. If he can catch Perez and Hamilton, do not rule out Charles Leclerc driver. In fact, Charles Leclerc is already my driver of the day. I don't care what anyone else says as we look at Ocon getting past Stroll. He's putting up a great defence, but I think it's going to be all in vain as we head down to Cedar de Largo. Is it going to be all in vain? He's gaining. He's not quite going to get there, unfortunately, as Carlos Sainz has caught up to this train, and he hasn't been able to get past like Jackie has. Jackie's just been going carving knife through butter, and she's got what, 2.5 seconds or so as I think, yeah, Sainz down the inside of Yuki Tsunoda. His end plate says "Flex Boy." That's what that wing does every time to make the AlphaTauri go even better. Oh, look at this visor cam. We're looking at Alex Albon visor cam on Valtteri Bottas. And it's going to be... Oh, I tell you what, we're getting some great action from the Brazilian director. I think he's taken notes from the Mexican one. And thank you very much, says that man. Give me that position. Don't mind if I take that for myself now. Aussie boy Piastri. He's up at the back of Lawson Order. Dum-dum. And he's looking to go past around the outside. Everyone's seen Jackie do round the outside of Cedar de Largo. And now they're all going to do round the outside of Cedar de Largo. Talk about copycat. That's what it is, it's copycats. Right, now. Somebody has really caught up to this fight here. Because look at it, all this in a row here we've got going on here. We've got Ocon. We've got Stroll, Albon. We had Bottas. There goes Bottas. That's him in the rearview mirror. That's Jackie up to P9. Will she get... how close will she get to the back of Albon now? If she can get to P6, what a recovery that would have been. As I think... oh, that move is done even before he gets the... That's disgusting, Carlos. That's disgusting! And that just shows the incompetencies in that Haas car that he's done that move. And you watch Carlos Sainz now. He's about to get past the other Haas through Curva del Sol down to look at that. That's disgusting. That's like putting a snail up against a Bugatti Veyron. The snail always wins. No, I'm kidding. As George Russell now over the back. George Russell's joined this fight here as we head down to Cedar de Largo. Go around the outside on Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, a little close there, Yuki. A little closer for comfort there, sir. You don't mind me saying so. Speaking of a little close for comfort, look who's got a bit of a move going. Watch this, into Pica de Plateau. This is her textbook move. Gets the momentum through the bottom of the peak, and then boom, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. That's how that goes. Now we're looking at that nose cam. We're looking at Hollywood Stroll. If she gets Stroll going up into the center S, Ocon is there for the taking, and then she'll get. If she makes this move, I'm gonna retire from commentary. You're never gonna hear my voice again. And everyone's now hoping she doesn't make that move. You just knew that move was coming. You honestly just knew that move was coming, and now she's going to get past go after Esteban. Oh, here comes Stroll, though. Stroll wants a bit more. You can hold it back there, sir. You are... look at it. And now, speaking of another car that's going to go by before even DRS is open, George Russell has just absolutely... Although, I say that, here comes Kevin Magnussen back on George Russell. Again, a bit of a helping hand from his teammate Nico Hülkenberg, but I think he needs to relent and let him go. He does let him go. And now will George Russell attempt to get past Nico Hülkenberg here for P12? I think he might do. On board wheel cam. Who's this? Aussie boy Piastri in the McLaren. Yeah, g'day, mate. Aussie boy Piastri here. He's looking to get past Yuki Tsunoda. Fair dinkum, fair cop. Put another titty on the Barbie, mate. And that is Piastri up into P15. Well, not quite into P15, and probably about a country of several million Australians annoyed at the same time. If that's the case, it's all Sheldon's fault. Whoa! Speaking of us, all Sheldon's fault, Lawson Order. Dum dum. Where'd he come from on Yuki Tsunoda? I think he just saw an opportunity and thought, yes, please, thank you very much. Now, speaking of yes, please, thank you very much, on to the final lap of the Grand Prix. Somebody's been pressuring Esteban Ocon here. as Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris are exchanging pleasantries for that final spot on the podium. And, well, that was coming. That was a slam dunk, really, wasn't it? That was a slam dunk, and if Ocon's got anything more in him, he won't attempt to try that again. He will not attempt to come back at her and even think of trying that. He shouldn't think of trying that, because we all know what will happen when he does try that. And that will be that he gets put firmly back in his place. Speaking of firmly back in his place, it looks like Aussie boy Piastri is going to get past Kevin Magnussen here. And that's going to be for what's that going to be for? P13. Lawson Order Dum Dum is back there as well. He's going to look to do the same if he can get a run through Curva del Sol down to Descida del Lago. He's got that run down to Descida del Lago on the inside of Kevin Magnussen. I tell you what, that was a bit closer comfort there, but up at the front of the field. We haven't said this in F1 23 for a long time, so I think we should take a moment to sit back and appreciate this. But Max Verstappen wins the Brazilian Grand Prix ahead of Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton, who had an absolute ding-dong battle for that final spot on the podium. Well, sorry, second and third on the podium, I should say. But here's the little star P6. Now, is that going to be the Constructors' title? I don't think so. I think we're going to have to wait till Portugal. I think we are, if we're being honest. I think we needed Callie to do us a favour. But, yeah, well, I feel so bad for Callie with her engine failure. So bad.
A great race then, very much as we've come to expect, and a fantastic victory here at Interlagos. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, when you overtake that many people, I'd certainly hope you'd win the race. Their car was really effective in the slipstream here today, and the team would be pleased that they didn't cook the engine, given how long they were spending in the hot air behind other cars. They had a lot of confidence to push their tyres hard as well, especially going into the corners, which allowed for some late braking and some exciting passes.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. But it wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an especially impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Max Verstappen's solid, clean driving throughout the event.
It's time to check out the Constructors' standings. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good results moves them further up the championship. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Now, he didn't mention anything about the Chaseliner team there. I think we may have won it. We're going to go double check because I'm not entirely sure. But Verstappen wins ahead of Norris, Hamilton, Perez, Leclerc from P22 to P5. He got lucky with the safety car, though. Let's be perfectly honest with that one. Jackie P6, Ocon, Albon gets some points, Bottas gets some points, Sainz finishes P10, and, well, we all know what happened to those two, and like I said, we'll find out what happened with Callie, and hope that it doesn't happen again. But let's go wrap it up. Ooh, a trophy, a gold trophy, for all those back at the factory. Okay. We've got a gold trophy for some reason. Not entirely sure what we got the gold trophy for, but we'll find out in the end. We always seem to do. I'm pretty sure it's not for the constructors, because constructors is going to be is Portugal. There's just too close between us and Red Bull. But 18 million in the bank, I think we can go get a nice little upgrade on the go. A nice little upgrade on the go. It's Portugal next Monday. I think it's Monday. Yes, Monday. And some sim training for Callie. Why not? Because why wouldn't you give us some sim training, eh? So yeah, next week, folks, there's only one Train Sim World, and you're going to get 6 F1 videos. So 3 23 and 3 on F1 Manager. And that will finish off season 3. As we get the resource point regen for the chassis department. Hey, even more resource points. Who would have knew? They're all adapted, so that is fine. No one's upgraded. That's fine. Engine looks good. That all looks good. That all looks good right there. Callie still 94 rated. And yeah, there's not much more that... Oh, we did! Oh, we did. Okay. Season 3 Constructors Champions. We thank you very much. Give us all that money. I did not expect that. Once again, Ian's maths lets him down. It's a sign of old age, folks. Be very worried that I'm turning very old. But yeah, lovely. Season 3 Constructors Champions. Brilliant. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not already done so. Playlists have appeared all around. Go check out some more Rockstar Paul 69 content at your viewing pleasure. But in the meantime, stay safe, be kind to each other. You can't be kind, be quiet. No place in the world you can't be kind to people. We'll see you tomorrow for F1 Manager 23, and we'll see you on Monday for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Love Portimao. Absolutely love it.